Testing. Alright, I think we're good. Give me 1 second. Alright. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Keith back with another market analysis, stocks and futures. Today is Monday, March 16th, 2026. You're finna be analyzing the market for Tuesday, March 17th, 2026. Alright. Today, if y'all haven't seen, we did not go live today. I looked at the charts, seen a couple entries, but they weren't like A+ entries for me, so I really didn't think I was gonna trade today. I did end up trading stocks. We took CrowdStrike shorts. Unfortunately, I was busy during the day, well, in the morning, and it's busy because of my own fault. I could have stayed home and traded, but I just figured we weren't gonna have a good day, and I ended up leaving and seeing a good entry, and I got in a little bit too late. Ended up being down on the day, but nothing bad at all. We only was down like 3% on the contract. I mean, so it wasn't bad at all. Well, it was about 5% on the contract, but we weren't down bad at all. We ended up closing it. It did go into profit some, but then we just said, you know what, I ain't finna sit through it, and we ended up closing the contract. And that literally was the only trade we took. We took no future trades today. Mainly due to I wanted to trade my live account, and I just didn't like how the charts looked. So didn't really today. Honestly, we didn't really do nothing today, so that's why we didn't have a live stream. All right, but tomorrow we definitely will have a live stream, pretty much the rest of the week, because we got some volatility coming in. All right. Looking at the economic calendar first. If y'all want to know where we get our economic news from, you go to investing.com, put on United States news, 3-star news only, because we only want the high impact news. And yeah, that's probably why our economic calendar is a lot shorter than most people's. Okay. All right. Now looking at the economic calendar, like we said on Sunday for our weekly analysis, there is no news scheduled, or it wasn't any news scheduled for today, and it wasn't any news scheduled for Tuesday. Me looking at it on my phone, because you always got to check the calendar, because they always pop some random things up sometimes, so gotta keep a lookout on it. Me looking at my phone though, I did see that it said Trump, supposed to be Trump speaking at 10:30. I'm not sure how true that is. Maybe it's just on there, but it says Trump speaking at 10:30 tonight. So maybe that I don't know how true it is. I don't know if he'd be up that late, but we have to see though. It might get pushed back to something else. Okay. But like we said, other than that, we don't got nothing scheduled till Wednesday. But I said we can expect some volatility, potentially volatility, or we will see tomorrow be extremely slow and be choppy. Just because it might be waiting on this PPI and FOMC for Wednesday. Okay, so tomorrow can be a decent day, or it can be a real, choppy day. So we got to look out for that. All right. Going over to the earnings tomorrow. Like I told y'all on Sunday, really the main thing we got to check out is Oklo after the close and Lululemon. We could be looking at our potential earnings for Wednesday at Micron and General Mills and Mason. We could be checking out those charts to see if we want to play into those or play after the earnings. Okay, sorry about that. All right, now let's get into these charts. Give me a second. All right, getting into these charts. Of course, let me do a recap of the one trade we took. Okay, and I had this on because Man, I was trying to use everything I could to be like, man, should I stay in this trade? I usually that's the Fibonacci, and that's Fibonacci. I don't even remember what it's called. Fib retracement, yeah. I don't even know what it was. I don't even remember what it was called. But um, CrowdStrike. We stated that hey, for CrowdStrike, we was looking to see hey, will market end up breaking back to the downside? We said our two key levels were. Let me move these alerts so we can clean the charts up some. I only had these alerts to tell me to get out the trade, and it never hit them. So it never told me to get out the trade, but I just closed it myself because I just didn't want to hold it. I didn't want to have that risk of it doing something crazy overnight. So we just closed it to almost break even. But we said that our two biggest levels that we was focused on was I don't know why it's not showing. It was this low at 428.55 and this high of 452 flat. Those was our two key major levels. Oh, there you go. Here it comes. Them two white lines did this high and this low. Like we said, 428.55 and 452 flat was the two major levels we was watching because we said, hey, it breaks down there. That's making a lower low for this downtrend. They can start going. Potentially bring us down to 419. We break to the upside, we can be potentially making a higher high. Take us up to that daily gap at 460. Okay. So those was the major two levels we was looking for. If we drop down to the hour, we had broken down to even closer, better entries. We said, hey, if it breaks above this hourly gap or breaks below this hourly gap, whichever way the trend go, we want to follow it. So if it breaks above, we want that uptrend above 441.02, and we'll take the loans up to that 452, potentially take us to the 460. We said, hey, if it makes a downtrend under 436, we want to take them shorts down to that 428, potentially bring us all the way down to that 419, 420 area. So what ended up happening, like I told y'all at the beginning of the stream, I did get in them shorts, but I got in late because due to me, I should have, like I said, I should have stayed at home. Even though if the charts literally looked like it wasn't gonna do nothing, I say at least the first 2 hours I need to stay. You know, just watch, see what that's my sweet spot. I like trading in the first 2 hours. Should just stay the first 2 hours and watch the market play out, even though it didn't look the best at the start of the day. Just check it out for at least for the first 2 hours. Um, so what I had said though, literally at the beginning, it was up here, didn't look the best. This is not what we were looking for. I was more so looking for the shorts. Um, it came down, failed to, stay above this hourly gap. I figured we was gonna chop. I figured we was gonna stay inside this gap. We actually flushed all the way through. Came up, um, went back down, made a higher high, then we made a low, then another higher high, then boom, broke, made a lower low, creating this lower high. This was the entry right here at 910. That was the entry for them shorts. It shot down, shot down, shot down. By the time I looked at my screen, we were already like on this 435 count. So I ended up getting shorts here, and I was like, hey, I can see us pushing down to that 428. At least that'll give me a little bit of profit. If we keep flushing and coming on down to 424, this is what I was really trying to get out at 424. I was looking for us to get down to that. And it came down, like I said, we was in profit. Came down, we was in profit. Then it's pulled back on us. We was down, of course, we was down. And then it just started chopping extremely slow. And it just pretty much stalled me out. I ended up getting out when it came back down to that 427. I ended up getting out then, called it. I said, you know what? I don't feel like risking this trade coming back and retesting this hourly gap. So I ended up getting out. I could have held it because, of course, CrowdStrike contracts don't expire till Friday, and I was debating on holding it. And the only thing that kept me from holding it, let me move these lines too, because I added these lines when I was in that trade. Only thing that kept me from holding it was my entry. That's what it was. If I would have entered in at least on this counter or at least the start of this counter, I would have been more in profit. And me knowing even if it stalled out and I'm still sitting in profit, more likely I hold it one more day. But me getting in and then it coming back down to this 427, I'm still down on my contract. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna risk it. I mean, I should have been paying attention. Should have got in up here when I was supposed to. But it is what it is. Can't, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you miss them. You have things where you're not paying attention to the chart. But this was more so, like I said, I should have just been still on the charts a little bit, at least for the first 2 hours. That might be something I start doing now. At least checking out the first 2 hours. Okay. But yeah, that was literally the only trade we took. Them shorts, man. And they definitely paid out. They paid out, but we just got in a little too late. Just a tiny bit too late. And I was thinking about getting SPY loans at the beginning of the day. Soon the market opened, I was thinking about SPY loans. And I didn't get no entry, a good enough entry for myself. We shot straight up. I didn't get in when it first happened. So I was looking at CrowdStrike. Shot straight up. By the time I was looking to get in, it was already right here at like 68, 69. I was like, it's going to go to 70. I knew it was going to go to 70. But I was like, do I see it pushing past 70? And I really didn't. And I'm like, would a dollar move really help me when it comes to SPY? So I just didn't get in. I didn't like the risk reward. But yeah, that was pretty much the recap for the day. Now let's get into what we looking for tomorrow. Daily. Look at that SPY. We got, like we said, we got low, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. We just turned green. Okay, we just closed green. So we're finna make some type of high. Either it's gonna be leading us to a higher high and break 683.36, or we can be making a lower high. Biggest thing bears want, since we in a downtrend, we want what? Just a red candle. All we look for is a red candle. We get one red candle. We want to take them shorts back down to these lows at, let me see. Man, back down to this low at 661.36. Okay, that is the target. So for any red candle, we ready to go short. Anybody want to go bullish? Honestly, since the daily not bullish, you gotta scalp it. So you gotta do it on the hourly or the 15 or the 5 minute. You gotta scalp loans because the daily not bullish yet. Honestly, that's all I can say. I'm really looking for them shorts, potential spots for some shorts. Let me go back to that daily. We did fail to close inside this daily gap at 670.73. Maybe we come retest again. Downtrend start forming. We can push down to 667. We can build downtrend underneath there. We can see a flush. Probably see a hard flush, honestly. All the way down. Like once it start building underneath that 667, I think we might can see a hard flush come. Bring us down to that 655. We gotta be on the lookout for that. There's potential for a nice hard flush coming. But hey, if it want to reverse, it want to reverse. We can't do nothing about it though. All right. QQQ. Now for QQQ, what we said, we didn't make a lower low. Did not make a lower low on QQQ. So that green candle kind of hurts the bears momentum. Last thing we did was what? We made a higher high. Then we made a low. Now we got another high. This can be a higher low getting set up to make that uptrend. You know, you gotta be on the lookout for that. If it end up breaking above the 613.25 area, or really what is it? 613, I'll give y'all the exact number. 613.29. If it breaks above there, that's a higher high, and that's the uptrend. So gotta be on the lookout. Gotta be on the lookout. What the bears want to happen is they want a red candle. And they have to have this low get taken out to make this lower low. They have to see 592.57 get taken out. Okay? It has to get taken out for them bears to have a downtrend. Okay? So For us, potentially we could look for shorts. Come back to that 602, retest it again. Fail, make a downtrend. We can look to try to take it all the way back down to that 592 level. Okay. We could be looking for them shorts that way. But with QQQ, I'm more neutral on QQQ. SPY, I'm still bearish because it's a downtrend. QQQ can go either way. It's not a downtrend, it's not an uptrend. So it can go either way. So you gotta be careful with QQQ. Going to MNQ, maybe MNQ can clear it up for us a little bit more. I think MNQ was in a downtrend. Let's see. Yeah, it's in a downtrend. We got low, high, lower, low, high. We just need a lower low though. We need a lower low. QQQ. I mean MNQ. My bad. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. We got a green candle just like with SPY and QQQ. Got a green candle. Failed to close above this daily gap at 24,904. So what do I expect? Some type of pullback before trying to retest it. Don't necessarily mean it got to go to the bottom of the gap, but at least a pullback before retesting that high. Now when it pull back, retest this high. If it fails and make a downtrend again underneath that 904, we like them shorts to come on down to this 800 level. We get a red counter. We want to try to follow them shorts best we can all the way down to this low at market out 24,485.50. We want to try to follow them shorts all the way down to it if we can. Other than that, for the bulls, of course, look for them loans somewhere down here where it's sitting at to come retest this high at 904, 24,904. If we build an uptrend above there, then of course look for them loans up to 995.50. But it's kind of hard for me to be bullish completely. I mean, short term, yes, you could be bullish because it's telling us we're looking for some type of high. But we in a downtrend, and if you can't see it, let me mark it out for you. We got high, up, my bad. We got a high, low, high, lower low, high, and we need another lower low. Okay. So let's switch to the hourly real quick. Like I said, this is what I'll be looking for. Any type of short, honestly, but I really want them all to be under. I need a downtrend underneath that 904. It got to be under 904. When you ever go above 904, I can't look for them shorts. Okay. And like I said, Tuesday can be choppy, so we could just move sideways Tuesday, and then boom, Wednesday be that actual drop day. All right, MIM. This is what we're gonna be trading tomorrow, y'all. MIM. I told y'all we're gonna be trading the live account. Probably the whole week. Look, it just logged us out of the prop account. We might log trade the live account this whole time. So, and I only trade NYM so far. Like I said, until I build my account a lot bigger, then I'll want to trade the MNQ. I can trade it, but I don't like risking that per trade right now on the live account. Excuse me. NYM. No, I said the right thing. NYM. Hold up, why is this line right here? Shouldn't it be up? Make sure this stuff's set right. Adjust for contract changes. Oh, I don't have it. I had it off. Should I have it on or off, y'all? I think last time we said have it on. But then I gotta redo all these dang drawings. Dang, I had to redo all the drawings if I turn it on. We're gonna keep it off for now. Let me see. Oh man. Cause it ain't gonna line up with other charts. Like top step and stuff. We're gonna keep it off just for tomorrow. I mean, yeah, just for tomorrow. Then we're gonna clean it up after tomorrow's session. We're gonna clean it up, put it back on. But right now we're gonna keep it off. So if you're on top step, our numbers might be a little bit off. I'm sorry. You gotta adjust your charts. I mean your drawings, but we're gonna keep it off for right now. Alright. Low, high. Now we just need another lower low. We didn't take out that previous low. So we looking to take this previous low out still at 46,033. We are in the downtrend, but we looking to take that low out. We got a green counter. Green counter tells us we look for a high. As long as we don't take out 48,265, we should be good. And as long as we don't make an uptrend before getting to there. Now, what the Bears want to see is, of course, a red candle. It do kind of suck. The Bears did not want to see us gap above this 47,175 level, which we did. Other than a hard drop coming back, it's looking fishy for them shorts. It look like we're still gonna be trying to move up at least a little bit. Really want to see a downtrend form back underneath that 175 level, 47,175. Want to see a downtrend form back underneath there to drop back down. Okay. We get downtrend underneath there. We like it going back down to 600s, 630s. But other than that, we'll be looking for them shorts up here at 47,645. Okay. All right. For the Bulls, really just want an uptrend forming above that 47,175. And then like to take them longs up to that 47,654 area. Okay. 645 area. Really the Bulls though, to fully gain control, we need an uptrend. We need high, low, higher, high. Fully gain control, then you can take it up to that 48,265 level. Or if we just come straight up and break it and then build that uptrend. Okay, but right now it's still bearish. We gotta still look for the shorts. Following the trend. Ultimate target, like we said, is 46,333. Okay. So like we said, shorts underneath that 47,175. Take it to the bottom of the gap first to that 640 level, then eventually down to that 46,335 level. All right, CrowdStrike. Really, CrowdStrike pretty much still the same thing we was looking at for Sunday. Like we said, we liked them shorts underneath this hourly gap. We got inside them. We got inside the shorts today. Unfortunately we didn't hold it. Like I said, our entry wasn't the best. We didn't get in where we were supposed to up here because we weren't on the charts at the right time, and we ended up getting in later. So our entry wasn't the best. We had to close it early today. And of course, it still dropped after market close. But for us, if we want to jump in and follow the wave, still, what we're looking for is us to come down and retest this the daily gap at 420.39. That is our target, 420.39. We closed at 423, so it's almost there. What we will want to see, if we really want to get a good entry, want to see some type of pullback. Try to come retest at 429, 430, and then rejection there. Then we are likely getting them shorts back down at 420. That'll give us about a $9 move drop to the downside. And if we can break through and build base underneath at 417, we can see potential drop all the way down to 408, possibly that 400 level. Okay, so that's what I'm looking to do tomorrow, potentially. Retest it at 429 or 428 level, and then we like to take them shorts all the way down. So let's put the drawing tool. So retest here. Make another down. It wasn't made a downtrend underneath it before, so we might not even need a retest there. Maybe we just only come up to like 425, 426, and then drop. But we'll see. We'll see. May not even get that retest. Might just go to like 425, 426, and then just drop. It could. Really got to see how it does. But regardless of the fact, we want to wait till a downtrend form, and we want to take them shorts to potentially get us finish up the job that we started today. Finish up the rest of it to down to that 420. Like I said, we go underneath that 418 level and we start building a downtrend underneath it. We want to take them shorts, like we said, down to that 408, potentially down to that 400 level. Okay, 408. Let me put a line at 408. Let's put a 408.75. All right, so we get that downtrend underneath that 417. That's where we potentially want to take it to first, then down to that 400 level. Okay. Like we said, we really would love to see a pullback back to that 428, 429 level, but we may not get it. I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay. Going to Meta. Meta had moved pretty decent today, but it happened all in the pre-market. We literally said on Sunday that we wanted to take them longs on Meta because it didn't close at the bottom of the gap. Okay. We wanted to take them longs on Meta because it did not close underneath that daily gap. We said any uptrend that formed, we want to take them longs. And it all happened in the pre-market, basically. So I really didn't get no entry because it gapped up so far in the pre-market that by the time the market opened, it was too late. Like we said, we was like, man, we can, since it failed to close on that daily, underneath the daily gap, if it make an uptrend inside, we said any uptrend above 611, we want to try to take it all the way up to the top of the gap if we can. It didn't get all the way to the top of the gap. I can say that it didn't get all the way to the top of the gap, but we could have at least been in it and held until the trend broke. So we would have got out at 428, and we possibly would have got in at like 418. So that's a $10 move we could have caught. But it gapped up in that pre-market, unfortunately, and that was another reason why I didn't want to get on the chart. Cause when I seen Meta's gap up like that, I said, man, they already did my dang move. Yeah. So that's why I was tempted in jumping in. But literally, when the market opened, Meta instantly shot down right here this week and made that lower low. And when I seen that lower low come, I was like, no, they ain't finna get me. I said the only way I get in if this somehow flip back green and close it back past the highs. But I was like, it's not even that close. I mean, it's too close to target, so I'm not even finna get in it. And I'm glad I didn't, cause when I seen that lower low, I said, hey, it just broke the uptrend. When it made this lower low, I said, man, we might come back down. And what happened? We ended up dropping. So I was glad that we seen it. We seen our structure get broken. And we avoided this dang dump. We avoided that. Okay. But for Meta, if I had to say for Meta, it still can be trying to go up to that 637 level. But yeah, we should be going back up there, but it wasn't a green candle, so I'm not. Meta it can go either way to me. It can go either way. I think for that hourly, just follow whatever the most recent trend if you really, really want to trade Meta. So if it's in the downtrend, stay with the shorts. If it's in the uptrend, stay with the longs. But really, really, really can't decipher when it comes to Meta. Dang, man, what's wrong with the internet? We out here losing connection. So it's alright, cause this basically was the end anyway. Cause I don't go over in the video now. Well, if y'all can hear me, I'm gonna go ahead and end this trade now. We'll get on in the morning. Hopefully we don't have that lag in the morning. But y'all have a good one. Your boy Keys is out. Peace.